Okay, so this is gonna be a quick draft of how to speedrun Marvel's Spider-Man PC version on any percent. So any percent means we're gonna be choosing the easiest difficulty, friendly neighborhood, and then some settings, subtitles on, and then on accessibility, you want your option to skip puzzles and QTE, quick time events, to autocomplete, and then your web shooters on burst. And then you can just start the game. So there is actually a launch at the very beginning of the game, which saves some time, and all you have to do is hold Alt-Enter. So once this cutscene is done, Pete is going to jump out of his window. The second he jumps, you're going to hold Alt-Enter, and you're going to hold Alt-Enter until A, if you have a timer on, the timer says 2 minutes and 12 seconds, or B, the singer is done singing Alive, which you're gonna be hearing right now. So right there, around minute 2 and 12. You let go of Alt-Enter and then you're gonna get launched. There is a small prompt to swing, just tap your R2 button or swing button, and then you'll be free to just dodge and web zip until you get to the mission, which most of the time you're gonna get there before it even spawns. So here, skip cinematic and then aim to the left before you web strike. You're gonna hit this guy, dodge under, and then kick him onto his other goons. So then you can just web them up. So since it's the easiest difficulty, these goons are gonna be webbed up with just 3 webs, so a single burst, which we can also do right here by restarting checkpoint. You're gonna dodge and then burst. Now the rest of the fight is a bit messy, so you can just practice it so it doesn't look this bad. So I didn't really practice this fight a lot. Okay, so now for this next launch, it's also gonna be holding Alt-Enter, but it's gonna be a different timing. So you want to focus on Pete's expression. So when he gets his surprise wide open eyes expression, you're gonna hold Alt-Enter. And you're gonna hold Alt-Enter until you hear some faint footsteps right before he yells Yuri. And then you're gonna let go. Yuri! Those were the footsteps, let go of Alt-Enter, and then you're gonna get launched straight to the mission. Again, another cutscene, just speeding it up before we get to the main event. Here you want to restart checkpoints so we can load certain mission areas, and then you want to swing through here. So I'm gonna show you the other options, which you really don't want to do. If you don't swing through those 2 pillars, you're going to get this web strike prompt, which is gonna be a bit disorienting and sometimes gonna mess your movement up a bit. This is why you want to swing to these 2 pillars, and then you want to get to this wall right here. And once we get to this wall, our goal is going to be to skip around 5 minutes of the game by clipping through this wall and entering a mission which skips a couple of other ones. The first method is what I just did right here without any setup, in which you basically get stuck in between the door and the wall, making you through. So the setup for this, if this is the first time doing it, it's gonna be, again, getting to this wall, and then you are gonna get up and hug the right wall. Hugging the right wall, you're gonna crawl down until you're about halfway through, and then you're gonna aim to realign yourself, and then go to the top right corner of the Fisk door. Normally I align this spider logo-ish in between the spider logo and the belt with the top corner, and that makes Pete get stuck in between the wall. And it's correct if you are stuck on the right side of the wall, and if you get stuck inside the door, then you have to reset and try again. But once you're through, you just aim and then you dodge through with your circle button or dodge button, and you should be through. And once you're through, just follow this path and swing. So the important thing is to get to the top of this next building right here. And once you're here, you're gonna swing and then zip to this vent. So important point here is that if you do not have enough height, you are not going to be able to get to the vent. So usually hit this post right here. Whip zip, swing I mean, and then get to the vent. Once you're inside, the first thing that's going to happen is you're going to get this focus prompt. You're just going to skip it. Sometimes it may come earlier, it's no problem. I'm going to explain what may happen. Get to this rectangle, the square, and then stand in the middle. And then, as you can see, I'm holding the run button forward on my joystick and spamming X to skip the tutorial in order to prepare for the prompt, which is downpad, D-pad to heal. So I'm just spamming all of that together until I am able to move forward. Now, if you get the prompt way earlier to heal, then you just have to reset the whole run because you won't be able to make this skip. Here, you just take these guys out, really simple. Here I usually just throw them off and throw them off with a projectile. And then here you can either just hit them again or web them up. Get through here, and for the next guys here, they have guns, so usually we just throw some projectiles at them as well, some throwables. They should be able to maybe survive one more hit, just like this guy, but again they are really easy to take down. And then get through here and then skip cutscene. For these guys, if you are fast enough, you're gonna be able to get a dialogue skip. So I web this guy up and then try and take these ones out as fast as possible. And if you get that so your plan didn't work onto plan B, getting a kick in the face, you get the Yuri dialogue skip. So you save some seconds. And then once you're here, you're gonna skip cutscene, and you're gonna skip cutscene after the helicopter reaches that second window. Web the turrets up and throw them at Fisk. And once you have done that, there's gonna be a small cutscene.
What's wrong, Willie? You seem angry.
I will destroy you.
Take your best shot.
Here you're just gonna throw this back at him and web strike and a full combo and dodge under, full combo and dodge under, and then that should be enough.
You are everything that's wrong with this city.
Once you are onto this second phase, you want to start off with throwing this trash can at him. So jump and throw, and then do a full combo and dodge under and continue doing full combos. So you may have to stop your combo a bit earlier because of these thugs, but then you just dodge under and then hit and so on until you get him. And that's that for the first two missions, so now congratulations. Now, once we're here, we're just gonna skip cutscene, and then there's gonna be some downtime in which we just wait for some tutorial prompts, and then we're gonna swing to Otto's lab. So for this swinging segment, I'm not gonna speed it up, but for most of the next swinging segments, I'm gonna do it. But you can still see the pathing. The general rule is gonna be that you want to keep close to your ground or buildings in order to retain as much speed as possible. So, as you can see, we just swing as low to the ground as possible. So swing and jump and swing and jump. You are probably gonna get some swinging mishaps throughout the whole run, so just try and get to max speed as fast as possible. And try to retain that speed for as long as you can. So that was just a small mistake by me, but they may happen throughout the run. And once we're inside here, you're just gonna skip cinematic, get over to this roped arm, you just need to press the Y button, interact button.
Bad shape.
And then we have the puzzles, which we have the setting to skip puzzles for. So we can just, if you're on controller, spam the R1 button. So usually it's just spamming R1 and X, just as you can see on the top of my controller.
Circuit burned out. Got it.
On PC, for this third puzzle, there actually has to be the X first,
Next.
or else you get stuck a bit.
Now rebalance the... Finished.
So after you're done with those, you're just gonna interact with the arm again,
That worked.
and then move it slightly with your joystick. You have to move it, or else you are not gonna get it done.
He asked me to review his work if I
Here, once again, just try and skip the puzzles as fast as you can.
Contact material for the
And then we're gonna go over to one of the hardest skips in the run, which may or may not end your run already 15 minutes in.
Strong, but there's a lot of impedance. Better tell Doc to keep looking for other materials.
For this next launch, it's what we call the lab launch, since we're going to be launching ourselves from the lab all the way to the next mission. So first of all, just manual save so you can practice it. And then the important thing is either you're coming off of a save or from the game, then you just hold Alt-Enter from the second the loading screen ends. So follow the spider loading symbol. Once it ends, you hold Alt-Enter. And what I usually do, that works for me, is holding Alt-Enter until the 9th time the screen becomes small. So like this. So the 9th time the screen becomes small, I let go of Alt-Enter, and then I start spamming Tab. Also, I can get to this map menu. Once I'm here, I'm gonna gently press ESC 2 times, and I'm gonna see how Pete's form is. So this is the perfect form, basically. He's in a fly mode. And then you want to hold a click on photo mode. So just click it and hold it, and Alt-Tab out of the game. So again, you're not gonna enter photo mode yet. You're just gonna Alt-Tab out while holding photo mode, and then you can go back to the game. And as you can see, the webs disappeared. And if you enter the game again and then leave photo mode, since the webs aren't there, he's just gonna fly. So again, this was kind of a perfect lab launch. So I'm gonna get enough speed and enough height to get all the way to keeping the peace mission. If this was a perfect lab launch, I'm gonna now show you what may happen and what may go wrong. So again, hold Alt-Enter for so many cycles. For me, it's 9 of a small screen. But in this case, for example, if you get the mission completed prompt and you try to go back into the game, you won't be able to do the skip. So as long as you don't get that mission complete, you may exit the game and then retry it by just continue game. In this case, again, after you're done holding Alt-Enter and then going into Tab and then pressing ESC, in this case, he is too close to the kind of menu. I can try and let go, and it will be a skip, kind of. We will get launched, but it won't be that good of a launch at all. So again, you want to have that kind of perfect Superman pose, so you can have the best height and best speed to get all the way to the mission.
Joining Scorpion, Electro, and the rest.
Once again, you can now take a look at the perfect lab launch. So you can see it happen in real time. So I'm holding Alt-Enter until the 9th time my screen becomes small. I let go of Alt-Enter and then start spamming Tab. Press ESC 2 times to get into this menu. And then as long as the pose is good, I can enter photo mode and Alt-Tab out. And then enter the game again, so we can get all the way to the mission point. Once you are inside the mission, you are gonna skip the cinematic while holding the run button and your left joystick to the right, so you can actually enter the district tower a bit earlier. And if you do it early enough and activate it early enough, you're gonna be able to move around, just like I'm doing right here.
Not just a pretty mask, huh?
So this saves a couple of seconds because we are gonna be able to get to the mission the second it spawns, instead of swinging there after the mission spawns. So as you can see, I'm just gonna move there, and
Great. I've got units nearby.
there we go.
I'm on it.
Do it. Watch my back.
For these first guys, it's a really simple fight. You're gonna web strike the guy when you get the prompt, and once you airstrike him, web strike I mean, you're gonna air launch him and then just knock him out while realigning yourself so you can get this throwable and then throw the rest of the things on the other guys. So the electricity box, or whatever you may call it, should be enough to take out the other guys. Then you're gonna swing here and then
Thanks for that.
get ready for the next
Now I'm
fight.
seeing an
So you're the snitch.
Back off, creep.
Yep, she's the one.
I said back off.
For these fights, you're again just gonna web strike one of the guys. And then usually you should have a focus bar full so you can just finisher one of them, and then you're gonna use troubles on the rest of the guys. So mostly to take down the big guy, but also just the small ones, since they go down in probably just one of them.
Well, she's dead.
Let me go.
Here, you're not gonna do anything special. You're just gonna let this go through since you have the quick time events to auto finish. But once the cutscene starts, you're gonna skip it.
All clear, ma'am. Should be able to spot the next tower from up there.
This next swinging segment is just gonna be get up here as high as you can, then web zip and then some swinging until you get to the next checkpoint. So nothing special.
narrating yourself?
What? No! Of course not! The chief never did understand Spider Cop. Thought he was...
Already regretting this.
Score. Towers are picking up all kinds
Here
of
I
RFID
usually
signals
just
now.
get all the way to this free dive before I start swinging, and then one zip before I web zip and then get straight to the backpack.
Oh, wow. One of my old backpacks from high school. Forgot I attached tracking dots to these.
Here you get the first backpack, which we're gonna be using a lot, so I'm gonna explain it
How
afterwards.
many of these are scattered
But it's
around the
something we call the backpack skip, so we use it to skip a lot of dialogues.
Still there? Got a robbery a few blocks away.
Spider Cop.
For these guys, we are gonna be throwing one of the trash cans from the outside, and then webbing them up, and then just kicking them down.
Spider-Man!
So something like this. And you want to have enough web shooters here so you can just web up the guys that are coming on this side. So 1, 2, 1, 2,
You wouldn't need to be criminal.
and then throw the doors at these guys. So really simple. And then swinging to the next district tower and the last one before the mission is over.
I'm gonna repair the last Chinatown tower now.
Don't you mean Spider Cop's gonna repair it?
Been doing a little thinking, Yuri. Policing's a young man's game. And Spider Cop, well, he's no spring chicken.
Please be going where I think you're going.
So these next 2 minutes are gonna be
Not good.
nothing special. So we're just gonna swing to the lab, unlock the new suit, and then swing to the Fisk hideout.
Tools I need for
So I'm just gonna be
super
speeding up a bit some of the swinging, but you can see still it's a really simple path. Keep close to the ground, and then keep as much speed as you can.
Looks like Doc's gone for the night. Time to sneak in some spider work. Oh, this is a white spider, huh? That should do it. Haha! New suit, same old me.
Spider-Man, I think I figured out how Fisk's men are keeping his rackets running. Construction.
So, before entering the Fisk hideout, we want to unlock a small suit power, suit mod, so it's the one that gives us extra focus when using gadgets, so the battle tech. The next one is going to be the silence step, but for now this is enough.
Yuri.
Okay, for the Fisk hideout, there is a lot of time save here possible, so recommend manual saving so you can practice.
What are they doing?
The important thing is to try and have these guys be as grouped up as possible,
Just got a text from Doc.
as much of the time as you can. So I'm going to show you how you're going to be able to do that.
Man, does he ever stop inventing? Wow.
Before we start with the actual fight, we're just going to take out some guys that are spread out. So you're going to take that one,
Doc could be
and
proud.
then web impact with this one, and then web strike this one, web strike. And you can see pretty much what I'm doing. Take down these guys and activate your suit power so you can have some more finishers. Here you want to keep yourself right here by the elevators most of the time, so you can have some say in their spawns. So you can see that now they spawned right here next to us from the elevators instead of all over the place. Now, since this is the last wave before the kind of halfway through the fight, we can take out these guys right here instead of by the elevators. Here you want to take out these guys, but the third guy you take out, you want to take them out right here, so by the elevators again, so you can manipulate their spawns.
Oh, hey, more guys. Welcome to the party.
So most of the fight is just gonna be impact webs, finishers, impact webs, finishers, so you can have a lot of time save if you do this effectively. Now, once the last wave is announced, you can actually just go here and take out these guys any form you want. So it doesn't have to be any kind of special place you have to take them out in order to get some good spawns. So now to go into a bit more detail about the spawns, I'm gonna show you what may happen if you take out these guys in some other way.
Dang, looks like they called their buddies.
So, for example, if you take out one guy up here, and you're gonna see the spawns and how they are all spread out, instead of being by the elevators and the doors.
Unless you're not wearing socks.
So this one was the pathing we took,
Dang, looks like they called their buddies.
in which we come here and take the guys out by the elevators, and then you can see that they are way closer. So we don't have to use a lot of time on getting to and from certain places, but let the guys come to us instead.
Anyone want to surrender? No?
So now, once we're done with the mission, we're just gonna swing over to the picture of the Empire State Building,
Someone finally reported
and
shots, so I
I'm gonna show you
about.
what you're supposed to do there in order to save a couple of seconds.
Fisk has more construction sites throughout the city, vetting their fronts too. Keep an eye out and report in if you see anything suspicious.
If I'm gonna find all of Fisk's construction sites, I should recalibrate my mapping software to be more accurate. Using a depth-mapped post-process on photos of popular landmarks should do it, and I know just the one to start with.
We're just gonna swing all the way to the mission area, and once we are able to get the camera up, we are just gonna take a snapshot and then restart
Time to grab a snapshot.
checkpoint. after restarting the checkpoint, you're just gonna turn around and head towards another district tower. And this district tower is not necessary at all for the run. It's just something I do, and something that is easy to do since you are now gonna be able to see feasts on the map. And it's a distinct shape, so it's really easy to actually spot it on the map if you're a bit lost. What we want to do now is collect the backpack and get a crime before the feast mission starts. So normally the backpack you want to get is right here. So you're just gonna swing here, turn around, and zip up to the backpack. You want to face this way because most of the crimes that are gonna spawn are gonna be spawning on the direction you're facing. So there are a couple of different outcomes here. The first outcome, and the most probable, is that you're gonna get one crime, which is kind of a swing away, so you're gonna use a bit of time getting there, and then you're gonna be able to complete the crime. So when it comes to crimes, there are gonna be some kind of additional missions within the crime, or at least additional objectives that you can do. And here it's using 3 launches and making or completing a 10 hit combo. So you want to make sure to complete as many of those sub-objectives as you can, so you can get as many crimes as possible. So after this crime, if you are lucky, which you'll see an example of later, you are going to be able to get another crime close by and instantly. If you do so, you want to do that crime, but here I see that the crime is a bit too far away before the phone call comes, so I'm not going to go and complete it. And I'm gonna be happy with the 3 tokens that I got. So I'm just gonna wait around here until Mr. Lee calls and then enter the mission. Now, the next scenario is gonna be a bit unfortunate, but it may happen, and if that happens, then you're probably gonna be resetting the run. And that is that there is no crime that is spawning. And here a crime kinda spawns, but you're gonna see that this crime is not a normal crime. It's gonna be a car crash. And a car crash, even though it appears the same on the map, it's just gonna be 1 crime token. So you are not gonna, you're not gonna do it. And instead you wanna swing away from it as far as you can and hopefully get another crime to spawn. Unfortunately, this run, you can see that there is no other crime spawning, so we won't have any crime tokens to be able to unlock what we actually need for the next mission before Mr. Lee calls. So this is basically just gonna be a reset, and hopefully next run you'll be able to get another crime. Here is the third case and the best case. Crime is really probable to be spawning right here, which is the closest crime you can get. And you want to do the same, again just do all these sub-objectives to get 3 crime tokens instead of just 1 or 2. And if you're lucky, you're gonna get another crime to spawn instantly. In this case, I am gonna get a vehicle crime, which is not the fastest, but it's fast enough since it spawned early enough. And I'm just misplaying a bit here, so I'm using a bit more time than I actually need. But you are able to do it in time before Mr. Lee calls, if you do it correctly. So here I'm just gonna be a bit late, but it's still okay. It's just a couple of seconds for some extra crime tokens. And here you can see also that the map, you're gonna be able to see Fist on the map, and it's this really weird like fat L shape that you can see since you now have unlocked the tower. This mission is really simple. You're just gonna get inside, and then you're gonna skip the cinematic after you talk to Lee, and then you're just gonna walk outside to get ready for the next mission, which is a really long mission, so it's gonna be a bit of explaining once we get there. So once we are outside, obviously we're gonna be swinging to the mission, but you can upgrade your suit, since we're gonna need the Web Blossom Ultimate from the classic suit in order to do certain skips in this category. You also can upgrade your skills, and you're gonna need the Air Marshal for a certain mission in the Shocker fights, and you can also upgrade your point launcher just so you can swing a bit faster whenever you need to sip endpoint launch.
Did you check it out?
You can also do this later, but it's up to preference. I normally do it here or by the vent inside the mission, which I'll show you later.
Officers respond. Witness report of an active drug deal. Nearby officers, please proceed to the Bryant area.
Mr. Muggins, sorry about that.
Mr. Parker, it's called, sir. This is your third and final warning. Eviction proceedings.
Wait, I get paid at the end of the week.
Eviction proceedings will start Friday unless full payment is received by close of business. Good day.
Yeah, good day. Erase it quietly. Better find a back way in. Yuri, the silent alarm was legit. Masked gunmen.
Once you're inside, again, you can, if you haven't upgraded to the web blossom suit, you have to do it here because you need it for a certain skip.
In the meantime.
Can do. Gotta do this quietly. Don't want to alert the others.
我听见有声音。我们时间到了。
So just swing over here.
This looks so cozy ripped up like that.
Just had to put my keyboard up so you can see how I'm gonna be using my keyboard for this next skip.
Should web him from above.
It is not necessary, it's just a bit more precise.
Whoa,
You
careful.
want to walk over here, don't worry if you get detected. Then you're just gonna simply walk up the wall, and then you're gonna aim towards the door and use a web, and then instantly use your web blossom. So in keyboard it's gonna be aim, press the web, which is E, and then 3, which is your ultimate. So again,
Whoa, careful.
just walk through here,
蜘蛛侠，别让他跑了。
web, and then alt, as you saw. So here I also just restart my web blossom just by anti-animation, and then you have to get up here and kind of pretend that you walk through the vent, so you spawn in rows. If you haven't spawned in rows, the mission won't continue. Here you just take these guys out, and then zip up here and just jump, so you don't get stuck up there.
Hey,
And then
what's
skip cutscene once you interact with this camera. Once you're with MJ, you're just gonna skip cutscene and then restart checkpoint. Okay, and here, even though it is an MJ mission, there is a faster way to do this, and there is a slower way to do this. So first I'm just gonna show you the faster way. You're gonna take a photo of this and then align yourself right here. So the third square from this statue.
It's a Mifune? Correct.
This is to stop Rose from coming this way, which is a bit slower. So you'll see she'll go to the right now. And then you basically just want to hug her from behind and kind of slightly push her so she walks a bit faster. Now for this next photo, you just want to prepare your camera, move a bit around, and then instantly click the camera button when it's green. If you do it correctly, Rose is gonna skip her dialogue, which saves you a couple of seconds.
You love the duality.
And it's the same with the next picture. So again, you're just gonna try and align yourself, have the camera up, and then take a picture the instant you can, so Rose doesn't talk.
Not that I was aware of. Nice. It's just a friend in the DA's office.
And that's pretty much it for this part. So now I'm gonna show you what may happen if you do it the other way. So here, if I just take the photo here and align myself here instead of the other way,
Beautiful.
she's gonna go to the left,
Mifune? Correct. Mr.
which is a
Fisk
way
has
slower path.
Exceptional taste. Did you know him well before his arrest?
In a professional context. I handled many of his sales. Let's move on, please.
Now here I'm gonna show you what, if you miss the timing on the photo, you're gonna notice that she starts talking. And again, it's quite a bit of text, so you are losing a couple of seconds there.
The two Neo are so imposing. I can see why Fisk liked this piece. Definitely his style.
He loved the duality. Destruction screams, but creation toils in silence.
Was there ever anything irregular in any of the
And
sales
here you
in
can
that
also
show?
see if you mess up how you walk behind her, she's just gonna completely stop up,
Not that I was aware of.
losing you even more time. And here it's the same as the Neo picture or painting or whatever. She's gonna start talking if you are too slow on the camera trigger.
A friend in the DA's office mentioned that Fisk used art sales to launder stolen goods.
I'm sure I wouldn't know anything about that.
Oh, I know. I was just wondering, now that he's arrested, if you had ever noticed anything strange.
You know what? I'm actually running short of time. Why don't we grab the cover photo while we can?
When I told my DA friend I was doing a piece on you...
Now the rest of this segment is really easy. You're just gonna line yourself behind the door and then take the picture of the statue whenever you can.
Off the record regarding Fisk's activities?
I don't think your readers would have any interest in... Damn it. Wait here, please.
Wait, I recognize that statue. Got it.
Craig, I'll call you back.
So the mission is just gonna go as normal. After the picture, you're just gonna move back here until you hit the ladies' room, and then wait for the sneak portion of the MJ mission.
This is a really lovely space. Of course. Be right back.
Okay, so now once this cutscene starts, you're soon gonna be able to get the option to restart checkpoint, and the second you are able to do so, I usually just try to move, and once I see MJ moving, I know that I can restart checkpoint. So you want to do that instantly. This realigns where Rose is standing, so it gives you a bit more time until you get spotted, so you can actually get all the way to the door right here.
Where was I?
And here, once again, restart checkpoint once you can,
Pete told me about
and then do the mission as normal.
Fisk used it to mouth closed.
Here for some segments of the run I'm gonna be using my mouse and keyboard since it's a bit more accurate, as you can see, than using my joystick.
Nice. So close. I've seen these before. That's it. I was on my way to the exit when I saw you.
You're lucky to be alive.
Says the guy I saved 5 minutes ago. Listen, whoever these masked guys are, they're after this file. But I'll never get it out of here while the place is swarming with them.
Right. Okay, you hide back there. I take out the bad guys. You make a break when it's clear.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay, so for this Pete segment, it's kind of important to have some impact webs. If you don't, it's no problem. I'm gonna show you another way you can do it if you don't have any, but it's just a bit slower if you don't have. So once you gain control of Pete, you're gonna zip up here, move to the right until you hear the demon's voice, and then restart checkpoint. You're gonna web strike this guy, impact web if you have, web strike this guy, impact web, and then web strike this guy, and then you want to knock this guy up so he doesn't shoot. If he shoots, the mission is over. So here, if you don't have any impact webs, I usually just throw this table at this guy, and then knock this one out, and you can do the same with the table behind there. And here, if you miss the timing, and he shoots, mission's over. So again, make sure you actually knock him out, or at least knock him up.
MJ.
Skip the cinematic, align yourself right here by the end of the table, and then web up the remaining guys. Here I usually just impact web one of these guys, use a finisher, and whatever with the legs one.
Ghosts? Huh?
For this guy, I usually use an impact web, so I move to the right slightly, so I align myself so the impact web knocks him back. Right there. Web strike this guy, and here I just knock this guy up and web him up to the wall. Here my plan is to impact web one of the guys, the foremost guy, onto the back, but I failed, so it's kind of works. But again, just practice it, and you're gonna be able to do your own route. Now we're just going to be skipping a lot of cutscenes and skipping a lot of cutscenes until we are able to swing to the shocker chase, which is kind of a long swing away, so I'm gonna be speeding it up most of the time.
Hey, me! What are you doing down 30? Shocker! Didn't you get paroled?
Yeah, well, if it didn't take.
No worries, Herman's just a cupcake. I'll be back in my bedtime. Just got dinner with my ex after staying here for mass criminals. And now I'm gonna go beat up a maniac who uses shockwaves to rob people. Perfectly normal idea, Peter Parker.
So again, it's just keep low to the ground, follow Times Square, and then once you're able to get to the mission, I'm gonna be explaining two different ways to do the mission. One that is the absolute fastest and one that is the most consistent. The first way I'm gonna show you, it's the absolute fastest, and that is just swing as fast as you can. So you'll always want to sip here, and then swing, and dodge to the right, left I mean, and then swing and swing and swing, until you get the option to web striking. The other way, that is a bit more consistent, loses about a couple of seconds, 2 seconds max, but I haven't actually ever lost Shocker using this way. So it's just web sipping to that post, and that will slow him down just enough so you can catch up to him. So even though you are slower, he also slows down because you are too slow.
Noted.
Seriously?
And it can even work, as you can see here, if I just mess it up completely and walk on top of the lamppost. It'll slow him down just enough so you can catch up to him. So here, you're gonna take a picture of this monument and then zip this way. And this is way easier than the other one. You're just gonna zip however fast you actually want, not too fast actually, and then just strike him down when you can.
Looks like I got some free time. Maybe now's a good time to look into that mask. Oh, it's MJ. Hey MJ, you're up late.
Just catching up on the news. Looks like you had quite an adventure.
This next segment is a bit slow, so you're just gonna swing back to Feast and do the cutscene with Lee, skip it, and then call MJ while you're walking down so you can get outside. So it's nothing special. Okay, so after this Feast mission, we are just gonna get outside and we have a couple of minutes of free time. So this free time, we're gonna be using it on getting a couple of towers, which we can use to fast travel later. So you're gonna go this way, southwest-ish, and then you're gonna get to the first police tower. So just follow this pathing all the way until you see this tower. Once you activate it, you're gonna restart checkpoint, and then you're gonna head northwest. So you'll see the map. So northwest, and then we are making our way to the next police tower. So it's pretty much just that. Some people like to do crimes here. I don't find it necessary. It's at least for the route I'm doing, I usually don't have that many crime tokens. I get them later in the run.
Don't worry, I'll make sure she's careful.
Please tell me you two are back together.
We're talking again.
You'll see that Otto is going to be calling before we even get to the lab, because we restart the checkpoints also right here, saving us a couple of seconds. He'll call right about now.
Hello?
Peter, it's Dr. Octavius.
Oh hey, what's up?
Lance,
This is just again a cutscene mission, so you're just gonna get inside, skip the cutscene, and then head outside again.
Wish I could do something to help Doc. Maybe
Okay, this next part, nothing really happens until we get to the shocker fight. So we're just gonna go to the Harry's Passion Project research station, and then after that we're gonna switch our suit power.
Pete, hey, I need a favor. My mom's pet project was research stations that could benefit the public. Now, I launched them, but now that I'm away, Oscorp's gonna shut them down unless they prove their value. I was hoping you could watch them. I left details in each one. Thanks, man. As long as they're here, it's like a part of my mom is too.
Okay, so now once we get outside, we are gonna start swinging to the mission and switch our suit power to the focus mode, because we need it in order to defeat Shocker one cycle faster than usual. So the focus mode gives you extra damage if you have a full focus bar, so that is why we're using it. Okay, so this fight you have to be precise with the combination of attacks you do, so I'm gonna show you how it works. So once you get inside, after skipping the cinematic, you are instantly gonna use your suit power, jump and dodge, so you can get this one and throw it at him. Then you're gonna get close enough that you can kick him, air launch him and do a full air combo. And then do the same again, so throw and then do a full combo. And that should be enough cycles, 2 cycles, and you are on to the next phase.
You know, people don't use banks anymore. You're lucky you found actual cash. If you really want to rob banks, try day trading. It's all the rage. Wait. Oh, no!
Okay, here you want to get hit as soon as possible, so he enters like the next mode. So just web striking, get hit, and then swing. Once he starts attacking, you're gonna get behind him as close as you can, jump and throw a projectile at him, and do a full combo. So X and then launch and a full air combo. Then you're gonna get another boulder and throw it at him, and you want to get him as close as possible to the wall so he takes a bit of extra damage, and those are the same 2 cycles you need. So in total 4 attacks, or like boulders that you have to attack him with, and then full combos before you get to this screen. And this you just do as normal, so you're gonna dodge to the right here, so dodge, and then pull them down, and then dodge to the left, and then pull them down. So I can recommend that you just rewatch this part if you want to see the exact movements they do, in order to get the cycles, the 1 cycle on him in the first phase and the 1 cycle in the second phase. So for this part, if you somehow mess it up and you don't do the combo correctly, you're gonna see that he kind of rejects you, and then you just have to do it again. And you have to do it more than 2 times. So here, this is again a full combo, but it's not enough. So I have to wait until he gives me something else to throw at him. Okay, so obviously this will lose you some time, and maybe you don't even have enough damage for the second phase, so you have to throw even more things at him. So it depends. Well, after you're done with the fight, you are now gonna go over to do some backpack skips. So as I explained earlier, you're gonna use your backpack to skip some dialogue, which speeds up your free time quite a bit. So here, for example, Yuri's gonna call, and once she says good work, we're gonna go into our tab, and then go to collections and press our backpack. And then we're gonna press it enough times until we listen something, or hear something, and then exit it. And then you're gonna do the same after Pete says any line.
Okay, I'm back.
You're gonna do it 4 times. It's usually what people like once they call. If you wanna backpack skip something, it's 4 times in order to fully like ignore their call. So here the rest of free time is gonna go to some towers. So here, tower, restart checkpoint. Now we're gonna get a research station, so we're gonna swing this way to the south, southwest, and get this research station. And after this one, we're gonna get a police tower. So head northwest this time. And once again, just restart checkpoints once you're done.
Doc left a message.
Peter, I might have been
And we're gonna get one more research station. So in total, 2 research stations and 2 towers.
may yet live to invent another day.
If auto calls while you're swinging and collecting the towers, you don't want to restart checkpoints, because then you're gonna be calling him again after you restart checkpoint. So just listen to the call without restarting checkpoint and just get to the mission right here. Okay, so for this mission, you want to add some impact webs, and we're mostly gonna do this stealth, so no big fight. You want to restart checkpoint the second you can, so you get better alignment on the thugs.
Whatever it is.
And after you do that, you're just gonna swing over to this guy, web strike him, and then impact web that one,
Junk scattered around here.
and follow this pathing to take these 2 guys. Again, using your impact webs and web strike.
Divide and conquer.
For the next 2 guys, you're gonna use your normal webs, web them up with a burst each one, and then the rest is gonna be web striking and impact webs. And there you go. Now, the rest of the mission is gonna be just following the mission as normal, just doing it as fast as you can. For here, you want to backpack skip the second Pete says hello, and then just craft your electric web and do the rest of the mission normally.
Yeah, got it. Smart, but I don't have anything to pass after. It's not genius. Capacitors are just what I need for a great video. Let's see if I manage to get a comment. Thanks. Hey, I got one without you. You gotta be fan of. What is one secret? A bit more. What was the before? They can hide the doors, but not the straight city. Keep an eye out for one of those. Peter, straight, no door. No, I can see anyway. Right there. Maybe not. Sit tight, I'll tell you what. Second floor, rest of machine parts, big hug and rest. Careful, the bridge is out. Nice, start the landing and everything. Fair enough. Yeah, fine. Nailed it.
Hey, check this out.
Nothing. I'm starting to feel like this is Fisk's way of messing with me.
Okay, here, to time it perfectly, you want to look at the subtitles, and once Jeff says bet on it, then you can use L1, R1 to pull up the elevator, and then use your electric web on the electric circuit.
We're close.
So there, and then electric web,
Found it clear.
and then we can go over to the next skip. So here, my keyboard is up, so you can see that I'm gonna be using my keyboard for this skip.
You were right, Jeff.
And it's a skip cutscene skip, so we're gonna be doing this a couple of times throughout the run, and here is the first time. So once you enter the skip cutscene, you're gonna have the option to press continue, and you're gonna hold while pressing continue, while alt-tabbing out. And if you do it correctly, you're gonna be loaded in outside of the mission area and swing this way. So once you're here, we want to trigger a certain voice line, and we cannot do that if we swing too high up or if we just jump here. We have to do it a certain way. So I'm gonna show you how I make it consistent. So I align myself here, and then I align my webs right beneath this kind of marking on the wall, as slow as I can, until it becomes green, and then you get the damn demons are already gone voice line.
Demons are already gone.
Once Jeff starts talking, you're gonna backpack skip, so you can instantly enter this door, and then skip this cutscene. Here you're just gonna use your bots, and then web up this guy, and then web up this guy. I kind of messed it up right here a bit, but it should be a bit faster than this. Here you cannot restart checkpoint, because if you restart checkpoint you're gonna end up by the tunnel again. So you're just gonna go here, and if you haven't switched your web blossom, do that so you can clear most of the guys really easily. So after the fights you now have the truck chase, and there is an advanced way to do this which saves some seconds, but I haven't actually really practiced it, so I'm gonna show you some variant of how to do it as fast as possible. So chase the truck by swinging fast, so again low to the ground as much as you can, and then take some shortcuts whenever you can. Here you have to dodge in order to complete the prompt, and then again just try to be faster than the truck all the time. So swing, cut some corners wherever you can, and I'll show you actually what the pro strat actually requires you to do this mission as fast as you absolutely can. But for now, just swing and try to avoid the rockets if you can. Try and skip some corners whenever you can. And this is one of the strats, is if you're able to land in the sweet spot of the truck, it's always going to be sped up since you're so close to it. And there is a possibility to do it really early in the mission, but again, it's something that you have to test out yourself. So now you're done, just watch this cutscene, it's an unskippable, and then we're on to Home Sweet Home, which has one skip that is actually easier to do on PC than on console, so we have one advantage, and I'm gonna be using my keyboard since it's easier that way. Here, the second the mission spawns, you're gonna fast travel before the game forces you to, and then you're gonna restart checkpoint as soon as you can. The thing here is that we want to zip to the door and enter it as fast as we can. We only have a couple of seconds, so if you mess it up, you just have to do the thing normally. Another safe way to do this is to, again, fast travel once the mission is completed, and then let the game force you to fast travel. So it's going to be a bit slower, but it's a bit safer and still save some time. And once you fast travel, you can just enter the mission.
Municipal garage, Bowery and Griffin.
Out of this segment, it's pretty much just swinging from place B to place C until there is a small fight, so nothing in particular. We're not going to be doing anything special, except trying to swing as precisely as possible and trying to clear the one fight we have as fast as possible. So just follow this pathing and then enter the mission and clear it as normal.
Oh, of course it's locked. Can't have people stealing garbage. Maybe it's not really breaking and entering if I don't break anything, right? Okay, no need to panic. Maybe they haven't dumped trash. Nada. Okay, time to panic. Sorry, is there any chance the truck wasn't in the garage?
Okay, so here you're just gonna swing to the next mission segment. So for the pizza trucks, I usually start with the farthest back, so this one, interact with it, and then go on to the next, interact, and then we're gonna swing south a couple of blocks, and then turn left right here. And you're gonna recognize that you are going the correct way if you see the same landmark that you saw when you fought or chased Shocker. So that one. So we're gonna go to the mission marker and then just take out these guys, web strike one of them, web the other, and impact web one of them, or the other way around. Now you're just gonna clear the trash and then craft your web bombs.
Hey, want to look around for some personal items? Sure, have at it. I gotta go find an That's it. Please be here. Yes. Oh, it still works. Phew, looks like everything's here. Hey, look, more gadget prototype. Looks kind of awesome. Why did I never finish it? I can make this work.
Okay, and for this fight, you are forced to use your web bombs, but you want to web bomb one at the right side and one at the left side. So it doesn't matter which way you start, but at least web bomb each side and then just web blossom. web up the remaining guys, and sometimes you have to use a finisher or just kick some guy in the butt, and that's it. So now we're just gonna swing over to MJ, nothing special. Again, I'm gonna speed up this swinging segment, but it's just gonna be low to the ground, and try to be precise all the way through.
Hey MJ, now that we're talking again, I thought maybe... Okay, but just... Why am I making this such a big deal? Just got a web alert. Huh. Looks like MJ's story just got published. I think I'll find someone
Here,
else
to get to the next mission as soon as possible, you're gonna turn around and then swing off of this building by the park and then swing all this way. So just follow this same way and you're gonna get to the mission by the time Black Cat calls. So this is a small building right here. You know you're correct if you saw the J. Jonah Jameson graffiti in the back.
We were good together, weren't we? Maybe it's time to...
After a small cutscene, we are instantly gonna restart checkpoint. And then we're gonna interact with the camera, zoom in and take a picture. And then restart checkpoint again and do the exact same again. So this saves a couple of seconds before we then move on to collect a small backpack while waiting for the opportunity to fast travel. So we're gonna head this way towards Feast, but stop at the ESU first and get a small backpack.
Just double check and let me know if her gear is still there.
Will do.
So after Yuri calls, you'll be able to fast travel after a second or two. So just do that and then we're gonna enter Feast. Now, this mission is gonna be nothing special, so I'm gonna be speeding it up. It's just you going inside, skipping a cutscene, and then MJ calls, which you cannot skip or make make it past it anyway. Now, before the next mission, we have some free time. So what we want to do here is actually get a crime, if we're lucky. If we're not, it's okay. The run is actually still doable. So first of all, we're gonna get a research station. So head this way, and it's the closest research station to us from here. So we're just gonna activate it. And then if no crime spawns, you want to get the backpack up here, or you can take the crime as it spawned right here. So this crime, you just have to get as many crime tokens as you can, preferably all 3, but if you can't, it's no problem, you're gonna be able to get those crimes later. So for here it's the air launch and 4 enemies, and then achieve a combo of 20 or more. So a really simple crime. So this was pretty much a perfect crime, spawned instantly, and now we're just gonna head this way, north. You may notice that for the crimes, I often end it with a finisher, and that's because the finisher is gonna give you some gadget refills. So before any big fights, you actually want to have as many gadgets as possible. So if you have an extra focus bar, just use it as a finisher to refill your gadgets.
Really hope this works out. Doc's work is too important to go unfinished.
Obviously, you want to stop right here, so when the mission spawns, you're going to be on top of it and it will instantly start. And this is going to be a lot of small fights, so you have to do them all correctly in order to save as much time as possible. Here, if you did a crime, you're going to want to restart checkpoint, just so you can reset your Web Blossom ultimate, which you're going to be needing here after skipping the cinematic for these 4 guys.
Like fish in a barrel.
And then we're gonna skip the cinematic and then head this way, web strike this guy, and then impact web this one. Use your finisher, and then web that guy up. Here, web strike. If you're lucky, both guys can be taken out by that debris, but a bit unlucky here. No stress. Here it's actually really important to use your drones in order to save some time. because after you take this guy out, the drones are actually gonna be able to finish off the guys that are coming from the door, so you can move on to the next ones. So come here, and there are 3 guys here on top. Web strike one of them, knock one of them out, and if you have, you can also just use your finisher.
Gotta find the survivor.
This interactable is gonna take care of 3 guys, and then you take the rest. Here you're gonna skip the cinematic and web this guy up, and you want to unlock this power, this skill, so you can just throw him at the nearby wall, like this. Now the last 4 guys, just interact with this one, and then you can use your finishers or web these guys up or just kick them. It's no stress as long as you take them out. Now you may have noticed that for the big guy down there in this cutscene, we can use our finisher, but if you don't web him up and throw him, you're actually gonna see a problem. So let's take out these guys. You're gonna see that the guys that came for the big guy are still down there, and you actually have to take them out. So for some reason, if you web him up like we did the first time, you don't have to do this. So remember to web him up and then throw him at a wall if you want to skip the fight with these guys. And then we're just gonna move on to the helicopter chase.
Hello again. Oh, come on. No.
Okay, so for the swinging part of this mission, we are just gonna cut corners whenever we can, so take small shortcuts, and I'm gonna show you where those shortcuts are for the most part. So for example here, through this yellow building and the Empire State, we can save some time, speeding up the helicopter a bit, so it's similar to the truck. Closer you get to it, faster it's gonna be. So you want to cut corners whenever you can, so you can speed it up, making the whole swinging part of this mission go a bit faster. So over this police building, and then the next shortcut is gonna be right here to the right of this building, in between these two. And you're gonna see that it's gonna be speeding up a lot right now. And the last shortcut is going to be right through here, so you can catch it the second you're actually able to web strike. Okay, now for this parkour part, you're just gonna run a bit and then jump and sip, then run, and then jump and sip, and then run, and then jump and sip. So 3 times in total before you actually are able to get to the helicopter. And here, once you're on the helicopter, you're gonna start going to the right side, so all the way to the top, and then destroy it. The demon is not actually gonna attack you, but you are gonna want to circle him before you move on to the next. So it's a really simple part of the mission, the easiest one. And that's the whole mission. Okay, so after the mission is done, you're gonna want to skip the cinematics and then instantly want to fast travel to the south of the map to this police station. And here you're gonna want to have some suit upgrades, since you're gonna need one of them for Miles. So the suit upgrades you have actually go over to Miles and MJ. And the one that is relevant here is the silence step. Enemies are gonna take longer to detect you in stealth. I also do some skill upgrades, and I usually go the double finish path. There are a couple of different ways that you can upgrade, but I usually take that one. Okay, so now once we are at the Miles mission, there are 4 cutscenes that you want to skip. So again, just skip all of them. And then for the first part, we're just gonna play the game as normal and get until Rio. So here you actually want to hug the red ambulance. If you go this way, you're actually gonna get stunned, kind of, due to the debris that is falling. Here, that same debris is gonna fall again, and we cannot avoid it at all. Crawl under the car. And then just head on over until you get this small cutscene.
Mom? Mom! Damn it! Hurry!
So after we are done with this cutscene, we're just gonna move on with Miles until we reach a certain point, and then we're gonna be pressing Alt-Enter again, just to speed up Miles, so we are able to skip some of the stealth segments. So right here, you're just gonna do this normally, and get up here, and once you are by the edge of this metal thingy, you're gonna hold Alt-Enter until you hear the car doors. I think they are the car doors from demon cars, until they open or shut. So just listen closely.
He was right there.
So that sound, let go of Alt-Enter, and then you're gonna be able to get here and move all the way here, since you have silent step. You're gonna want to touch this car because it's gonna check for you in order to load the next mission part, and then move up here. You know that you've done this correctly if you turn here and you see that guy running and getting to that place. Here you're just gonna want to jump down, and once you reach the bottom floor, restart checkpoints, and then move all the way up here until you hit the checkpoint. And that's it. Now, if you for some reason forgot to get your silent step, you are gonna fail this part all of the time. So what you want to do instead is just wait a bit. So like this. Get here and be patient. That guy is gonna move soon. You are gonna lose about 6 or 7 seconds, but then you can get to these checkpoints. So finally, all you have to do now to complete Act 1 is skip a couple of cinematics, and hooray, you are now done with Act 1. By doing Act 1, you're probably gonna get a basic understanding of the rest of the game, so you can probably just watch some other actual runs and you'll understand most of the tricks without any problem.